Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. Very, very, very happy with this move down. We'll take some time to kind of review this and also look at where we want to set up some long positions, right? So this is something that I talked about quite well a few days ago. Is this kind of this exact scenario here? So we'll go ahead and review that. Let me just check to be sure we're all set. Looks like sound's looking good. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to ask in the YouTube chat, and I will, I'll be happy to answer them if I get a chance to. So first things first, we do this every single week. We're going to zoom out and take a look at our higher time frame chart and our higher time frame plan. So far, so good on our higher time frame plan, right? Look at that. Just a beautiful move down, just kind of like what we expected to see happen here. I would even, maybe prefer that we even maybe go a little bit lower, but we can see. It doesn't have to happen right away, right? We can maybe have another candle come back up like this and then come back down. And so we'll go on our lower time frames and take a look at that. But, we can see that we came up and we tapped this key zone here that we talked about last Monday. Where I said basically that this is sort of a really key resistance area for me, and it's kind of where I'll be building like swing shorts or looking to short more so than long. So this move down is really nice. This really validates my short theory in this zone here. And again, I personally I don't think that we're just gonna like dump all of a sudden and just like go straight down. I wouldn't be surprised if we spent a little bit of time sort of down in this zone or down in this area here, and then we got one more sweep to the upside and did some degree of like distribution. It doesn't have to take this long, but just like some degree of distribution, something, kind of like this or something kind of like this, right? Where we just spent some time here before then getting, a further move to the downside that we target some of these lower areas here. So higher time frame plan, looking good, looking very good so far. All right, so we'll go down to our lower time frame chart and we'll go ahead and take a look at some of this analysis that we've been talking about. And then we'll take some time to update our chart. So we'll go down to an hourly time frame. So what I was looking for. All right, so this is stuff that I posted in the Discord 3 days ago. Okay, was some of this stuff here. So here's what I'd said is that, if price gains acceptance above this channel here, right, we can look higher. Okay, instead we had a deviation, which is a short that I called out at basically the pico top of this move. I called out a short in the Discord here and said, acceptance back into the channel. We can look to the bottom of the channel. First to the midline, first to take profit, then to the bottom. And of course, price just fell straight through. And something else that I had talked about is I'd said, when price gains acceptance back into, Monday's range here, and this is now last week's Monday range because we had the weekly close last night, obviously. I'm going to look for a back test and acceptance in here. And if we see that, it's likely that we target that Monday low. And what did we see? We got this massive move to the downside, a nice back test of Monday high. And so far what we're seeing is a rejection from last week's Monday's high, right? So this is, it's exactly what I wanted to see. Of course, who could have expected to see such a massive liquidation event like this in such a short period of time? But nonetheless, this back test and moving lower, still is all very, very valid for me. So again, I really don't see any reason. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll do this. Well, I'm going to get rid of this. And we'll take these and I'm going to scoot them over just so you can see. And still, really I'm just looking for something to this effect, right? Basically what would be really nice is to see a move down here, kind of sweep this low, and then look for some degree of continuation to the upside. If we go to a daily time frame and we turn on our moving averages, oh yeah, okay, that kind of moved up since when I first did this analysis, this moving average was right on top of here, but we can see that it's actually the 21-day moving average is actually, you know, now right about 40.5, which is pretty much right where this move bounced from. So we can see that that is holding a support. I personally would like to see it tested one more time and maybe a move down to here, just to, you know, let's just say fill this wick. Fill and sweep this wick here. So, you know, what would that look like? We can go ahead and hide this. Let's see, today being Monday, how do things like this usually play? You know, it doesn't have to go straight down. Maybe it does something like this. And we get down here, kind of do something, you know. And then, you know, just some kind of a setup down here where price spends a little bit of time, gets a move down towards this way, does some kind of a sweep of this zone, come back like this, maybe back test the area, and then have some kind of a continuation to the upside. And on that continuation, what we'd look for is a reclaim of Monday, last week's Monday high, to gain acceptance back into this channel, because this zone would act as resistance. If we gain acceptance back inside, we can look, you know, again, back up to sort of this primary zone that we like to watch for. Okay. So that's what we were looking at. We got this nice move down, far exceeded expectations, faster than what we would have expected. But we were prepared for what happens when we get back a Monday high. We are back a Monday high. We are rejecting, and we, in my opinion, are now looking to target this zone down here, which is where I'll look to open a long position. Okay. So let's very briefly, I just want to go through and update the chart. And sort of just see if there's anything new that we can look at here for our analysis. Let's go to a weekly. So no new weekly here. Okay, no new weekly levels. Let's put our previous week levels up. However, I think that the previous week levels could actually be very key this week, because I'm expecting to do a little range trading. Weekly open is here. Previous week low. Let's look at that. Let's look at that previous week low a little bit closer. Ooh, damn. Is that a wickless? Is that a wickless open or a low? Oh shit. That is a wickless open. Okay. Well, here's what I could tell you. I am incredibly confident. Let's pop this up once real quick. Okay, that is that same level. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So I'm very confident we're going to be coming down to this level here. Fairly confident. And what I'm going to look for again is either a sweep or a deviation of this level, and I'm going to look to trade it back up to the weekly open at the very least. So we'll come back to that. I don't want to get too caught up in that just yet. So no new weekly levels. We got that covered. That looks good. I don't think we're going to be confronting any high time frame trend lines anytime soon. Let's see here. Let's just kind of go through. I'm going to clean some of this stuff up. Let's go to a lower time frame. Let's look at our daily time frame really quick. All right, daily level. We have a daily level here. Yeah, these are None of these are really important to me personally. Yeah. Yeah, this fan's been pretty interesting. Yes, in our previous channel. This is a really nice channel. I actually want to include this in our analysis today. Let's see here if I have. Yes, I do. Okay. Actually, I want to push this back a pinch. Interesting. How would that be like that? All right, so I'm gonna give you guys some trade setups here that I think we could see happen. And I'm going to take a step back and we're going to look for further confluence on these setups. So looking at the volume profile of this. So keep in mind, this last week's Monday low is also the previous week low. Okay. I think that one of two things are going to happen. I either want to see, and then two, taking the volume profile of this entire range here. We have a high volume node here, which we're currently bouncing off of. If we lose that, you know, really, this is the next area of support. I mean, we do have a small one here, right? We do have a small one here. That I could see holding just because price has been pretty bullish lately. So here's the two setups that I'm going to look for. All right. And this is in tandem with this channel here as well. Let's see, Monday, probably Tuesday. Is this technically then Monday's low? Would that be? Wow. Okay, it is. Wow. Okay, so this is technically this week's Monday low. What I'm going to be looking for is some kind of I would like to see either, let's see, like a sweep or a deviation of this level. If this area is lost, it is very likely that this zone is the next area of support. And what we would do is if price were to come back and gain acceptance into this channel, let's say, we would be looking to basically do some channel trading until, you know, price breaks back out and gains acceptance outside of the channel again. So these will be my first areas of support. I really, really like the idea of coming down here and tapping the top of this channel and sweeping the previous week low. I really like that idea quite a bit. Like I said, however, if we lose this, very likely the previous month high comes into play and we sort of play out this channel a little bit too. Okay. And like we said, if we go ahead and pull up our volume profile, looking at where all the volume is taking place here in trading this area, you know, like I said, we're at support here. There's a little bit of support here, right? And then the next zone obviously is, you know, between here and here, which we can see is kind of right where we're looking at. So we're targeting the key areas. You know, these are the zones that we're really looking for to find some support. So this is going to be my trading plan for the upcoming week here. Is I'm going to be looking for long positions. If price did do some, I don't know, whatever here, maybe we can compound a short or do something like that. I posted a few days ago that if we backtest this, you know, if we get back into Monday's range and we backtest this, we can definitely look to compound a short here and look lower. I have, you know, we have this nice channel here. Let's just put it, I'll put it to you this way. If price comes back up here and tries to gain acceptance back into the channel, I'll likely be looking for, you know, some kind of a short position here. You know, where then we can look to trade it back down. All right. So these are my kind of setups for the upcoming week here and what I'm going to be looking for. Let's go ahead and we'll throw this in a group here and we'll get rid of that. All right, so now I want to look at we'll go ahead and hide some of this stuff here. And I want to take a look at first EXO because I want to check. Just want to look at some naked point of controls here. 36,900. 36,900. I should at the very least mark that down. Let's see, 36,900, and this is a NPOC. That's a monthly NPOC. Let's take a look at the weekly. Does not. Okay, we have one here. 37,680. 37,680. All right. And weekly NPOC. What did I say? 36,780. 37,680. 37,680. Okay. Oh, look at that. If that were to happen by this week, oof, boy, that looks really good. Of course, we have one lower. Look at daily. Oh, we just about tapped this one. 39,550. 38. 38,775. 38,775. 38,775. And POC, this is a daily. And we have one more that we nearly tapped. So I almost don't want to put it on here, but we will just to see. What is it? 39,575. 39,575. All right, let's move these down. And POCs. All right, let's clean this up for a second here. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Let's hide this one. Let's hide this one. We'll hide these ones for the time being. And I'm also just gonna hide this for the time being. And the reason I'm gonna get rid of those, I just want to clean up the chart, and I want to, really, I really want to push your focus more towards this first. And if we lose this, then we can bring that other stuff back up and look lower, okay? So, but right now I don't want to like go too crazy and complicating the analysis here. This is really nice. We have this a daily naked point of control directly below last week's low. And it's wick list too. So we fill this wick, we come down here, maybe sweep it, catch some early longers, come back, deviate the level, and then, look a little bit higher. I think that would be a really, really clean setup. So what would that look like if we go to a lower time frame? Let's say Monday. Let's say this kind of let's say we sweep this level and we get a move up, and then we come back down, deviate that level, and then we have continuation to the upside. I'm not sure that will obviously be the case, but I like this theoretically. I think that this is a nice setup here where we sweep this would be Monday's low, right? We'll sweep that, catch some early longers, deviate the level down to the naked point of control, wreck them, and then we'll have, our true long to look higher up. Now, like I said, if we lose these levels, we'll look lower, okay? But right now, I don't have any reason to think that just yet. All right, let's look at our liquidity data. Wow, still positive. My God. Wow. Wild. What's going on here? I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, okay, there we go. This makes more sense. Okay, I was like, this just wasn't working right. I'm glad to see that it is now. Okay, cool. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Okay, so 6 billion negative delta. Pop this up. Let's go a little more. Yeah, so in my opinion, we're definitely going to fill this wick. I mean, no doubt about it. 39.44, 39.89, 39.44, 39.89, 39.44, 39.89. Yeah, I'm, very confident we're going to be going down to this zone. I mean, we just looking at this here, there is some pretty nice, we can go ahead and zoom in. There's some pretty nice pockets of liquidity here. You can see 39.89, 39.44. Usually these wouldn't get taken right away on a thing like that, but in this case, I think that they would personally. We're also at 6.6 negative delta, 6.6 billion negative delta. That's not like a crazy insane number. So excuse me. What I mean by that is that I do think that we could have more. I think that there is room to the downside is my point. Let's go ahead and look at the heat map as well. Just looking back the last 7 days. And 39,500 is our key area of liquidity for the week. So we'll go ahead and put that on our charts, and you can see. We'll go pop this back on here. We'll go, where is my liquidity? Yeah, so, we can see that this one's taken, this is taken, this is taken, this is right where we wicked to. And we can see that this is kind of the, this is the next area of liquidity, and then this one down here was kind of the big one, right? So yeah, these are both still very relevant. Very, very relevant. So I'm going to go ahead and move this. And we had exactly 39,500, I believe that was. 39,500. Yes, 39,550. Let's look back on 1 month here. 35K. Yikes. All right. Let's look at the 12-hour. 42,625. 42,625 is the hot spot on the 12-hour. 42,625. So just above here. So, and again, this could be a pretty nice scenario where, let's go ahead and clone this. I just want to move this up. This could be and this is a smaller one. This could be a pretty nice scenario where we get a sweep of the level and we can short it back down. So that's something else just to keep in mind here. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, in regards to that. Take a look at this real quick. Okay, price is trading within the value area. God awful buying tail that will get filled. Some single prints up here. Yeah, we're holding this one. We have this one down here, the 39,425. 425. Yeah, some sales were filled. This initial balance acted as support. Very interesting. Huge flush in OI. Look at the funding rates here. Interesting. Okay. All right, so I think let's see where we're at for time here. We've been streaming for about a half hour. I really like that when we don't go too far. So let's do a quick review. All right, we'll do a quick review of everything we covered here today, and we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream. So going back to our higher time frame analysis, we'll go to our weekly chart. We have our key area of resistance here. We can see that price has validated this as a resistance zone with this very nice wick and rejection below, just like what we kind of expected here. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a move a little bit lower and then saw a sweep of the high once again more towards the midline. Okay, so that said, generally this week I'm looking for a potential long setup, but I am willing to compound my short. So we'll go down to our lower time frame analysis here. And let's just go down to a 1 hour. All right, so originally, I'll go ahead and hide this here. We had talked about a setup where, I took this short here, shorted the absolute Pico top, and I said I'm going to leave a runner if price, and I said if price gains acceptance back into, this is now last week's Monday range. If price gains acceptance back into last week's Monday range, we look for a back test, we can compound our short, and we can look lower. Okay, ideally targeting last week's Monday low, which is also last week's low. Okay, the previous week low. Now, if we go ahead and we'll move on to some of the other drawings that I shared here. We'll go to a 4-hour time frame. What I was looking for was one of a couple things this week. We can look for maybe some kind of a sweep or a move back up to back test this channel for a compound on a short. Or otherwise, I was looking for a sweep or deviation of the previous week low, which is also last week's low here. A sweep or deviation of the level down to this naked point of control for a long setup. If we lose this level, I'm going to be looking at the bottom of the channel here, which is also the previous month high and also the value area high of this entire zone here, as you can see. So this area here, along with, I'll just go ahead and pull it up, the monthly open and the previous month high here, you can see a very, very nice zone of support right on top of our value area here. This is where I would be looking for a long position if, like I said, if this first long area is lost. All right, now let's zoom in on this long area here, and we'll go ahead and do a small review of that specifically on a lower time frame. What I would like to see, what I think would be very nice, is if price, this'll end up being this week's Monday low, okay? Monday low here. What I would like to see is a sweep of Monday low, maybe come up and then down again to wreck those early longers, deviate previous week low here, tap this naked point of control, grab this area of liquidity at about 39,500, and then, look for some kind of a move to the upside. So this is my very first plan. Like I said, I'm also maybe looking for a back test or something to happen here for a short. And like I said, if this is lost, we'll likely be targeting the bottom of the channel. All right, so that's in a nutshell. I would say that is, that's what we're looking for in our in this upcoming week. Are these handful of setups here? So if you guys have any question, do feel free to ask in the Discord. Otherwise, I'll share these charts here, and we'll kind of, maybe we could talk a little about it. I'll be sure to update you guys as, price and things start to develop over time. But really, I think that this, this is a really, really good plan for the week. I just very briefly want to take a look at ETH. Back tested our channel here very nicely. Where did I have my... yes, we went even lower. We went significantly lower than what I was looking for. Oh, and we swept these. Oh, man. Pull up. Yeah, so this was sort of our macro channel that we were looking at. Oh man. Yeah, so here's the deal for me. If I'm gonna, oh my God, I gotta set some alerts here on ETH. I'm gonna set an alert here, and this is what I'm gonna tell you. If if price comes down here, I am legit. I am legit gonna take this position. And I'll dial it in, obviously. I'm not just gonna hop into this randomly. I want to look for a setup and stuff, but yeah, this is something along these lines. I'm gonna be taking a position like this. And we'll dial it in so we can have better positioning and whatever. But if price comes down here, I have an alert set. I'm 120% gonna long this. So we'll do more analysis on this later in the week, but I'm not going to spend too much time diving into that. You guys can check out my previous analysis on ETH if you'd like to. It's just more or less an update. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank you guys, as always, for joining me for today's stream. We've had a great week in trading, a lot of big wins. I'm really looking forward to this upcoming week. I think that there's potential for a lot of really great setups as well. So we'll see you guys in the Discord. And again, thank you for joining me.